We have video recording. Okay, here we go. Suck it up, people. Time to do it again. It begins in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, that's not the test I came here for.
Pot helps brain tumors go away.
Florida man robs a pizza man.
Tom Hardy doing some cool stuff.
Bieber gets all churchy.
Amen, brother. Recommendals.
Tom's Tech Time.
Your emails and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
Ever watch kids play with Weebles? It's really something. Hey, hey, look at me and Weeble. Me and Weeble go all around. One day, kids pretend they're flying into Weeble Airport. Next day, they play around the Weeble Cottage. Or if it's real nice, they go out to the Weeble Marina and go fishing. Hey, hey, look at me and Weeble. The Weebles waddle, but they don't fall down. Romperoo makes Weeble toys.
Stop Mendoza.
The Morning Stream. This time, they're fighting for their lives.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to TMS, The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream or The Morning Stream? Which way do we have to do that? Is there
the Morning Stream?
The Morning. We're not doing the. You don't like that?
The, I think, is if the second word begins with a vowel.
Oh, or if it's like
the elbow.
As we learned in 1 Corinthians, verse zubba zubba, the morning stream began on time. No, it didn't. It started at 8:06 a.m. Mountain Time Zone, the only time zone that matters. That's all right.
Talking about.
Man, we got a buffer. We do what we got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
November the 19th.
Really, the only person that ever complains about it is Daryl.
I know, right?
Only person.
Did we get a text already from him saying get started?
No, not yet.
Oh, well, it's a shock. It's a real shocker. I've been impressing all my friends with my sweet phaser that he made.
Yeah,
everybody loves this thing. It's pretty awesome. I even talk the kids into saying "zert" when they hold it. So there's that. Hey, what's going on? It's here. We're doing it. We got a show to do, and man, I got a couple important things to talk about.
Ooh, okay.
One is how bad my luck is with the medical establishment, and I don't mean like actual medical problems so much. Although, lately this stupid thing I have to keep following up on is a thing, but for the most part, been all right. Things have been good my whole life. Never really had to be medicated or take a bunch of stuff or do a lot of things or whatever. I had appendix out now, 16. Otherwise, pretty much clean bill of health. So, but when my bad luck comes in the form of eye doctors who put their knee in my crotch or nurses with really terrible breath or, usually small, but things that just, I'm like, why can't I go to a medical professional and not have something dumb happen when I go there? Mm-hmm. Yesterday was supposed to go in for a follow-up CT scan. This is just kind of a check back, like, okay, well, let's see how things have gone and let's see if there's been any scarring, if everything's healing up the way it's supposed to, blah, blah, blah. Little lower abdominal CT scan. That's what they do. I've done one before, wasn't a problem, called it in. Lady said, all right, come visit. We go to the doctor the other day. We visit. He tells me all this stuff. Says, yeah, we want to schedule for a CT. We're going to see if we can get that to happen Tuesday. Or no, yesterday was Tuesday, right? Yeah. Tuesday, 11 a.m. I said, sounds great. So I go home. We get a call from the hospital where the actual CT is going to take place. So they schedule it with the hospital. Hospital calls me, Brian. And they say, Mr. Johnson, we're all set for your echocardiogram. And I went, you're all set for my what?
What are we doing? What are you doing?
She goes, what was it? Echo or electro? Whatever it was.
Echocardiogram. I
think it was echocardiogram.
Yeah, the heart thing.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, we're all set for your echocardiogram. And I said, I don't think that's what I'm coming in there for. Well, it says right here, coming in for heart palpitations and possible case of angina.
Oh my God!
And I said, I'm just as likely to have a case of vagina. If you want to know the truth. She says, oh well, so you're not. Blah, blah, blah. And I said, no. She goes, and so I think there's some confusion. Like they think I'm some 60-year-old dude who. They just mixed me up with somebody else is what happened.
Oh, my God. But still, I mean, doctor, you've amputated the wrong foot.
Exactly. So I hadn't come in yet, obviously, so that's good. And so two things went through my head. One is like, well, we got to fix this. Well, now they got to go jump through hoops, call the clinic again, confirm who and what I am, get the right scan. This is real easy procedure and stuff. But they got to get that all worked out. And then in my head, I'm going, if they freaking charge me for this EKG that I didn't order, nor showed up for, because this is what happens, right? Because the billing system in the medical world freaking sucks. So if they try to bill me for this thing I don't need, A, and B, never went to, I'm gonna go ballistic, dude. I'm gonna be so pissed, and I don't know why. I don't know why I'm automatically assuming they're gonna do that.
Right. It's funny that you're more worried about them, billing you for for this than actually doing this and not taking care of the thing they're supposed to be doing.
Well, and I would have known the difference because I've done the other one, right? So I would have gotten there and gone. Why me though? This always happens to me. It's always like the lady holding the urine sample and going, "Whoa," as she walks away, or like 1,000 things. It's you in a movie theater. It's me at Burger King. It's me at the doctor. I hate it. Every time I do anything, it's always has to be confusing. So the lady calls me back last night. Here's the best or worst part of it. Okay, we figured it out. Sorry about that. There was an error on our part. We faxed over the wrong. You were the wrong patient. I'm thinking, well, some guy with heart problems is getting his colon looked at now by accident. So it's not just me you mixed up. The other guy's got the wrong procedure going.
Right, you've stapled the wrong white piece of paper to the wrong manila folder you stuck in the 70s technology
exactly
company.
Where's your little white hat and your pointy rimmed glasses? What's going on over there, crappy hospital lady? So anyway, so then she says to me, "Oh, we have another thing though. We need you to come in and get a blood test first." And I says, "Why? What? We didn't do that before. I don't know why we're doing that now." She goes, "We need it before you drink the dye." I went, "The dye? What dye are we drinking? I didn't drink dye last time." "Oh, you didn't?" No.
Oh my God.
She goes, "Well, you should have, because usually you drink a dye so they can see." It's called this contrast dye.
Yeah, like the barium.
No, not that. That blows you out. That's
okay.
Barium's like a. That's like a.
Oh, it's something. Well, it's something else. I guess it's not barium, but it's for a scan though, right? It's like a.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just basically like drinking like a purple dye.
Yeah, but it's like thick, like Coca-Cola without any carbonated water in it.
Yeah, it's like thick and liquid, Brian. That's what I was thinking when she said that. But I don't want to do that. They didn't do it the last time. You have to do it again. There was plenty of contrast in January 2014. What changed? So anyway, I don't know what's happening. I'm now waiting for a new schedule, and we'll figure it out. But I was so irritated. It's like I get, whatever, dude. Doctors, that's who they are. All right, look, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I had a real controversial moment this morning.
Okay.
Somebody saying that I mentioned a certain but a certain actor who was in Interstellar, and that because I mentioned he was in it, and I think you'll know the one, people are saying it was a huge spoiler for me to mention that.
Well, I haven't seen Interstellar yet.
Oh, well then you wouldn't. Who did I talk to?
I saw Big Hero 6.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking. I knew you saw one of them.
And I like the cameo in that one.
Yeah, that one was all right. Hey guys, guess what? Never mind. Hey, you know what I could do? Here's a spoiler for you.
Okay.
The next Marvel movie that comes out, I'll bet you Stan Lee's in it.
Get out.
I'll bet he has a tiny little moment in it.
Oh, you've ruined it for me.
I
What is
know.
the next one? It's going to be...
Let me ruin all 18 between now and 2020.
Is Avengers the next one?
Avengers 2 is the next one, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so, right? Yeah.
Hey, what's May?
I'm going to take a wild guess here. This is just a huge guess.
Yeah, Avengers 2.
I call this
May 1st.
I'll call this the Ratzenberger Pixar guess. Okay, I'm guessing Stan Lee is in the next Marvel movie. I just want to put that out there.
That's a pretty safe bet.
But we got a spoiler question that deals with cameos, and I thought, well, what else are we going to do when it comes down to these hard questions? I asked the internet. They're all over the map. Like one tweet after another, totally disagreeing with each other. There's no consensus. So I thought, well, I need to call the guy who knows. So we're going to call Vince Gilligan.
All right.
Let me get his I got to get his phone number here. All right, here he goes. Let's give him a call. No, he hasn't picked up yet. 2 rings. Oh, here we go. Mr. Gilligan, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I really appreciate you being so available on the drop of the hat, like just at a moment's notice. It's real nice.
Do you like how I answer the phone? Like I know it's you already, and I don't say hello.
I know, and it's weird because it's silent. I don't even hear it click. Yeah. It's just so you're.
Caller ID is really what it is.
they have.
The TMS comes up on my. It comes up on my phone. I just answer like that.
Well,
like we're already in conversation.
Well, I appreciate that because obviously we have the most. I assume of all the calls you get during the day, you get agents and people about dailies and getting ready for your new show and everything. I'm sure it's a very busy thing, but when you see that, it must be a real relief because this is. I mean, you like doing this. You like talking to us, right?
Oh yes, absolutely. It's when the only time that I probably wouldn't answer the phone is if I was trying to decompose a body in my bathtub. You've got to use a plastic tub for that. You have to use a plastic tub.
No, so I got
acetate.
Okay.
Acetate.
All right, acetate. I like it. It's also a fun word to say. All right, Mr. Gilligan, we want you to be able to get back to your very busy schedule and your mint julep or whatever it is you got going there.
A catfish egg sandwich.
Wow.
That I'm working on.
Wow, that is.
Sounds like a southern food. We don't understand it either.
Okay, well, you send us a recipe. It'd be fine down the road. That'd be fine. So here's the question: if somebody is making a cameo appearance, an actor is making a cameo appearance in a film, does your rule of 2 weeks still apply? That it's not a spoiler if you mention it 2 weeks later, or is it ever a spoiler to say, oh, by the way, Leonard Nimoy plays old Spock in the new Star Trek movie or something like that?
Well, the Spock example is a plot point.
Uh-huh.
So you wouldn't be able to do, that would fall under the 2 weeks limitation. But so if it's a cameo that's not related to the plot, like Ed Harris at the end of Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
That's been out for 2 weeks. Plus, he has a lot of S's.
You really gave a few extra whistles when you say Snowpiercer. I like it.
That's just the way I talk.
I'm sorry. I don't. I'm not. Who am I to make fun of your?
Johnson.
So all right. So 2 weeks still apply.
The way you keep saying on the whole, do I?
2 weeks still applies. But if it's Steve Martin in a Muppet movie. Is it that big of a deal?
Then no, I think it still applies. If it's a cameo that is relevant, that is going to make people stand up and take notice.
Yeah.
Then I'd say the 2 weeks thing still applies. I think it's still a surprise. You don't want to spoil the surprise of a movie.
All right. Well, once again, I feel like
everybody loves a good surprise.
That's what I've heard. And Snowpiercer is a hell of a movie. People should watch that. Vince Gilligan, always a pleasure. I hope your day, I hope your day is filled with surprises and not filled with spoilers, sir.
That's right. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go make love to my tater.
All right. Well, once again, Vince Gilligan.
What did I miss? Oh, did I miss something?
I know. You're so quiet during those segments, and I figure, well, if Brian's going to poo, that's the time to go. Take off right then and poo. All right. What are we doing here? What kind of show is this? What have we done? Oh, here we know. I know what we're doing. We're calling Daryl. Let's get Daryl on the line. Yeah, why not? I mean, he's planning on it. It's Stump a Trek Nerd, brought to you by
Robots, artificial intelligence, unique characters, as well as post-singularity speculation. These are the ingredients of The Life Engineered, a sci-fi novel by J.F. Dubow. The full novel has been available on Amazon for a day now, for a whole day. Read it before it gets spoiled for you. Just go to jfdubow.com/books and follow the link. That's jfdubeau.com.
It's free. Why not? Go. Why the heck wouldn't you? Daryl, are you there? Oh, I know you're there. You're laughing. What are you chuckling about today? What's going on there?
I don't know anything about this Vince Gilligan guy, but I'm gonna have to watch that show now.
Yeah, here's the funny thing about him. He's obscure in the sense that he's never on screen. He is the showrunner and creator. Well, he used to be. So he had a big hand in with Chris
The
Carter
X-Files.
making the X-Files, right? He was
Yeah.
like kind of his protege, and then went on to be the creator and showrunner for Breaking Bad. And he's great because he's this really soft-spoken, sweet-natured Southern kind of gentleman kind of guy that sounds nothing like the dude that would make, like, anytime he's ever interviewed, you just feel like you're talking to somebody's sweet little uncle.
Right.
And he doesn't sound like a guy that would come up with the crazy things that happen in Breaking
Like
Bad.
the most gruesome, horrifying
Yeah.
people getting smashed with an ATM machine or decomposing in a bathtub.
Yeah,
or-
he'll have that bathtub thing, and someone will ask him a question about it and go, well, I'm just a sweet old, he's just not, he's just hilariously Southern and just awesome in that way. So
Yeah.
anyway, and he knows a lot about spoilers, and so that's why we give him a call. And he's so nice to
And he-
talk to us. We just really
And he, ma-
appreciate
and
it.
he makes sandwiches with catfish eggs. That's the best part.
Very odd.
Yeah, I think he meant catfish and eggs, but I think.
Oh, I see. Like a fillet of catfish with like an
with
egg
eggs
on it.
Right. Like some
Oh,
people
see,
have a
I
slice of ham
I
in
also
the
thought
South.
it was catfish eggs. Like you
Yeah,
got
I can see.
caught a catfish, excreted the eggs, and made a sandwich out of it. Wow.
I mean, I wasn't here to hear that, but that's what I would assume. he
Yeah,
meant.
that's what you'd think. You were busy taking a dump. All right. Hey, Daryl. What's going on? How's it going? Here's your, it's Star Trek trivia time. It's where we ask you a hard trivia question. You're the Trek nerd, and you ask us, or you answer it, and you try to get it right. Yesterday, you blew it horribly, but today, I have a good feeling about it. It's a next generation question, and it goes like this. In the episode The Most Toys, I almost read that as The Moist Toys. Anyway,
That's a whole different episode.
yeah. The
Starring Beverly Crusher and Deanna Troy.
Oh man, fan fiction. The Enterprise is trying to help people on the planet Beta Agni 2. Beta Agni 2.
Beta Agni 2.
That's an
Sure.
awful planet name.
That is exactly how I would say it. Beta Agni 2.
They are rying to treat a poisoned water supply. He means
need-
trying.
Clarisil. Please get the shipment of Clarisil over to Beta Agni 2.
Exactly. What element does the Enterprise crew try to get to help treat the water? Is it one of the? It's one of these four things. And which one of those is it? Is it hytrium, or is it hyterium?
I don't think it's that anyway.
Hy-
So.
hy- Hytritum.
Hytritum.
Hytritium? There it is.
Hytritium. There it is with an IUM. Yes, hytritium.
B. Dentium.
That's
C.
for teeth.
Stimsonium. Somium. Sorry.
Stimsonium.
Stimsonium. It's it's a big museum, a lot of historical artifacts. D. Edrium.
Iridium.
Iridium. Yeah, that's great. Went really well, as you can see, those four. So those are your four options. And we don't have anything. We don't have any new food yet. And by the way, I'm shipping your stuff today, so you'll have that
Oh, cool.
soon.
So you haven't gotten the big box of popcorn flavors yet?
No. Hold on. Let me just check. Make sure nothing's arrived. Nope. Nothing. That's Amazon. Nope. Nothing. I have precisely zip. You both got that? I didn't get that yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's on its way to you.
Damn it. What takes so long to me? What is it with Utah?
I don't know. I
mail?
would have thought that when you moved to, closer to
To Salt Lake, yeah.
your city center, yeah, I would think that stuff would.
And we have big, huge UPS and FedEx hubs here. We have a fine postal service system of post offices and delivery men. We've been in the modern age for a while now. Why I get things after you guys? I don't get it. Someone, you know what? There's got to be some postal expert out there who can write in and say,
Oh yeah, well yeah, because you're in Salt Lake City. There's actually a 1-day delay because of the
yeah, right, because
The
Laramie has
Hergeflurgization.
yeah, the
Right.
Hergeflurgization. Oh, I knew that was it. All right, Daryl, let's get to a birthday then, because why not? Somebody in Star Trek celebrating today?
Oh, yes, and that would be the wondrous Terry Farrell. She's 51 today.
Whoa.
Happy birthday.
All right. So she looks great for her age. I'm just looking
Yeah,
at her
she
hair
does.
in 2014. Lovely woman. 51, that's crazy to think. So that would have made her, what was she, early 30s in the DS9 days, if my math is correct? Do I have that
Yeah,
right?
something like that.
Or maybe mid-30s, something like that. Anyway, lovely lady. By the way, in real life, does not have the pattern on her neck.
Oh really?
Shocking, I
Oh,
know.
Well, I'm all of a sudden turned off now.
Well, I assume they hired her for that. Like, excuse me, you're perfect for this role. You happen to have alien things on you already. And she said, okay,
Right,
great.
exactly.
And then they just put makeup on it for Becker, so it covered it. That's what I thought. Anyway, Daryl, that's great. Happy birthday to her. And I feel like we don't hear enough about DS9 birthdays, but for some reason. But I guess you do. You always bring those up, don't you?
Yeah, they're in there, so
All right.
I'll bring them up when they happen.
Well, as I'm always fond of saying when it comes to her,
Maybe that'll learn you to leave other dames guys alone.
I don't know what that means.
Jeez.
It's a little bit weird. All right, let's get back to your question here. Your question. It is again next generation. It is the most toys. The moist toys keeps coming in my head.
Toys.
Beta Agni 2, the thing they're trying to treat the poison water with, Hytriatum, Tium, Dentium, Stimsonium, or Iridium.
When you first mentioned A, you said it so badly, I didn't know what it was. Now I think that might be the right answer.
Hytritium?
Hytritium?
Yeah.
Hytritium? That sounding...
I think it was crystals or something that they put in the water. Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. But
I don't know. But that one feels good to you?
Yeah, it does. And the last two don't feel good. They feel bad.
They feel really bad. Hey, when they did they make you do dye when you had your colonoscopy? Do you remember?
No. You just drink this clear junk that, well, I'm not even going to say that.
Yeah, we know what that does. Sure.
Never say die.
Never say die is what I say. Let's find out now if you are correct about this possible answer, Hytridium, and if that is the real one or not.
Congratulations.
Oh, look at that.
You're a winner.
They are trying to get Hytridium to treat the water. Hytritium, yeah. Also in this episode, a collector of rare items captures data. He meant captures, I'm sure. And wants to add him to his collection. At one point, he throws acid on Data. Oh, you know what? This is that actor guy.
Yeah.
Who's always such a slime bag in everything except for that Warehouse 43 or whatever it is on Sci-Fi, where he's not a jerk. Is it Warehouse? Yeah, whatever it is. You guys will know him. Here it is. We'll play
13
it.
is
Now, Data, in the meantime, here is something for your logic circuits to analyze. But don't worry, the solvent won't harm your skin. But in seconds, it will completely dissolve that uniform. Personally, I'd be delighted to see you go around naked. I assume you have no modesty. But then, I guess that decency is the rule of your Starfleet training. In any case, Data, why don't you make a decision about which alternative you dislike the least? Make a decision by dinner time tonight. I've invited a guest to meet you, and I expect you to be as entertaining with him as you have been with me.
Wow, that guy.
Who is that guy? I totally recognize his voice.
I'm going to show you a photo of him right now. Here he is. Putting this in the chat room.
Is that the guy from True Romance who was like the slimy, Saul Rubinek?
Maybe. Why can't I send a...
That sound right? I think that's him.
Why won't it let me post a link in the chat room? Oh, it did. That's weird. Okay, anyway, there it is. Played by... Hold on.
Yeah, that's absolutely Saul Rubinek.
Yeah, that's the guy. And he's in that Warehouse whatever show. And
right. Yeah, he was in True Romance as like the slimy movie producer at the end.
Yeah, he's kind of a super douche. Super douche.
He's great though.
Yeah,
great
no,
actor.
I love that guy. He's really cool looking in his older age. And if you go look that up, or see photos of him in that new show on Sci-Fi.
Oh yeah.
He
can rock that whole gray in the beard thing,
yeah,
right?
Totally agree. He's got some big eyebrows, that guy. Holy crap, bushy.
What? I'm looking at his photos here. What is the picture of him with like the big, almost Jufro?
Oh, what is that? I don't know. That
is.
I don't know what that is either.
It looks like maybe a little bit like what Jerry would look like right now without the beard.
yeah, a little bit. Ooh, weird. I don't like thinking about that. There you go.
Of fear, huh?
Daryl, nice job. You've amazed us all with your memory and your knowledge. May it ever rain. Now, people should follow Daryl on Twitter, The Trek Nerd. He's also on This Week in Trek at thisweekintrek.com and on the Grumpy Cast, and he now has a game to play with us. What is it?
Star Trek Probe or Actual Probe.
Here's your theme.
Stops BO as no other leading soap can.
All right.
Or it could also be a soap.
Ooh.
Venera 7.
Venera 7.
Venera 7?
Mm-hmm.
That's the drink I have to drink. Venera 7. I don't know, Brian, where's your...
Venera 7. I think he's trying to punk us. I think it's supposed to be an obvious, sounds like a probe, like a Star Trek probe.
Yeah.
But it's an actual real probe.
I think real probe, too. If I'm... he did this to us yesterday, though, where we switcherooed it. Well, I think we go with our gut and say it's real probe. All right, we say it's real probe.
Real probe. Real probe.
Rats foiled again. The first spacecraft to soft land on another planet, which was Venus, and transmit data to Earth.
Did that really happen? We did that.
Wow. I didn't know we did that.
I didn't know we did that either. What? Really? We went to Venus and put a probe in there. Well, we didn't go there, but we sent a probe there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it was Venera 7.
And what
was the year was that?
Yeah.
What was the year was that?
What was the year was that? Because I would really like to know. Yeah.
Oh, I don't have that information.
Oh, Daryl didn't fully research this Venus probe before asking the question?
I'll guess and say 1999, but
Perfect.
what do I know?
Perfect. That's when everything happened that year.
Okay.
You know, that's the year the Panama Canal Treaty thing came up. It's when Hong Kong got turned back over to China. And it's the year that we made up that the Venus probe landed. Very nice, everybody. Well done. Well done. All right.
Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
Oh, it's the news.
And it's brought to you by The Life Engineered. It's a novel by J.F. Dubeau that is out now, and free for a second day. It's mostly about robots, but there's so much more to it. Go to jfdubeau.com/books and follow the link to go get your free digital copy today. Also, why not follow J.F. Dubeau on Twitter at JFDUBEAU while you're at it.
All right. Hey, Brian, you live in the land of pot and...
the land of pot where
and
the
marijuana.
air is thick with the stench of kush.
It smells like a fish concert everywhere you go.
Purple haze.
It's wonderful. Well, marijuana, apparently, according to a new study, drastically shrinks aggressive forms of brain cancer.
Oh, wow.
That seems like good news. Over the past few years, researchers have revealed that marijuana can both destroy certain cancer cells and reduce the growth of others. Now, a new study in mice, it's always in mice, man, those poor mice, has found that when combined with radiation treatment, cannabis can effectively shrink one of the most aggressive types of brain tumors known to man. In a paper published Friday in the Journal of Molecular Cancer Therapies, boy, that's a real page turner and a real, not a downer at all. I'm sure there's nothing but happy tales in that
But
journal.
their centerfolds are always hot.
I know, right? Have you seen Miss November? A team of researchers from St. George University of London, yes, pish posh, outlined the dramatic reductions they observed in high-grade glioma masses. I guess it's a deadly form of brain cancer. When treated with a combination of radiation and two different marijuana compounds, also known as cannabinoids.
Cannabinoids.
That's it's the new
interchangeable Lego Micronauts.
Right. It's one of those alternate Lego things they make that
That's
isn't
right.
Lego. Yeah. Coming soon from DreamWorks Pictures. Cannabinoids. In many cases, those tumors shrunk as low as 1/10 the size of those in the control group. That's crazy.
Wow.
It could play a real leading role in treating one of the most aggressive cancers in adults, says Dr. Wei Liu of the study, one of the lead authors. The results are promising. It can provide a way for breaking through glioma and saving more lives. Well, that's awesome. That's good news.
That's totally awesome. Yeah.
Take that, my mother-in-law, who probably still will have a problem with this because somehow she has demonized it to the point that there can be no good that comes from it. She believes that Satan himself is currently drawing deeply into his bong right now. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that bong noise, like that standard-ass bong noise you hear in movies and stuff, I hate. It's like chalkboard fingernails for me. Cannot stand the sound of that. Ugh.
So one of the people who spoke at this thing I went to this last weekend, this marketing thing, is a guy who owns a vineyard in Sebastopol, California. So it's like he's a vintner. He's like, this guy named Ross Halleck, brilliant guy, owns this vineyard. And as part of his talk, he actually brought some of his wine for us to try. And he, his bottles, the lowest price is $30, and they go all the way up to like $300 for a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And he brought samples for us to try. So we had 3 different wines, but he walked us through the whole process of truly tasting wine, like the way you're supposed to drink it, instead of just sloshing it into the back of your throat and swallowing it. You stick your nose in the glass, you swirl it around so that it releases the smell,
the deadly spores, right? Got it.
The deadly spores, right? Exactly. But so at one point he says, and the way the way you drink it, if you really want to truly enjoy it, is to take a little sip, but don't swallow. Keep it in the front of your mouth, just above your tongue on your front teeth, and then inhale.
Yeah.
So that it aerates the wine as you're drinking it.
Sounds like this.
That's exactly.
It sounds like a bong.
Exactly, sounds like a bong. And yeah.
I don't like that sound.
No, and that got us at my table. That kind of got us started laughing to where we couldn't stop. And then he started talking about cork taint, and we lost it.
Cork taint?
Cork taint, like when you taint the wine.
Oh, right, because the cork's gone bad.
Corking, right, exactly, like corking a wine.
There's a great episode of Faulty Towers where a cork has made the wine gone bad. It's very funny. If you have not seen it, it's really good.
Which show?
It's Faulty Towers, the old.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
it's going off.
Fantastic episode.
I love that episode.
So my sister has this thing where when she tastes things, especially something she's never had before, it's not Wendy, it's my sister Misha, my Korean adopted sister Misha. When she tastes anything, she does this. She goes,
"Oh yeah,"
and I just want to scream. Like, stop it. And I love my sister to death. Yeah. She's one of my favorite people in the world, but every time she tastes it, I can't do it.
My buddy Don works for lynda.com, actually has a brother who works at Ben & Jerry's, I think, or Haagen-Dazs as an ice cream taster. Like he works in the flavor department, and they have to do that with every bite, like, to aerate or aerate the ice cream as they're eating it. I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it either, but I would love to work in a place called the flavor department. That would be amazing.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Good golly gosh.
Talk about a dream job, right?
Yeah, that'd be amazing. By the way, we got an email from Daryl. This just in: Veneria 7 was a Russian probe and landed on Venus in 1970. It was not an American probe. Have we sent one there though, Daryl? He'll reply by email in the worst form of communication ever. I talk on a radio show. He hears it 30 seconds later on the delay. He then sends me an email with the answer. Brilliant. Florida thief.
Florida thief.
What's his power?
No, I can't do Florida. It's a Florida.
All right. It's all the same down there.
Steals giant snakes and gnomes from people's front yards and goes naked on the roof because he's somebody in Florida. Excelsior.
There you go. Perfect. He robbed a pizza man. What's Pizza Man's power?
Able to save you in 30 minutes or less, or it's free.
Perfect. It reminds me, I still haven't done the pizza thing. I'm going to do this week is my plan.
Oh, yeah, the Pizza Hut. See, I'm actually, tonight is neighbor dinner, and I'm making pizzas. It's my turn to cook, so I'm doing just a standard pepperoni sausage, green pepper pizza, and then a second one, which is going to be pesto with 4 cheeses: Romano, Parmesan, mozzarella, and I have to go to
putting some Romano cheese on there.
And some other cheese, and I don't know which one. I'll have to get to the store and figure out what looks good. Because I'm not going to do cheddar. That's a crime against humanity.
It is. That on pizza is wrong.
Yeah.
I don't. When that happens, I go, who are you and why are you here?
Exactly.
What are you doing? Anyway, Florida thief robbed a pizza man and came forward as a witness and blamed his cousin. This is great.
No way.
This is really good. Florida man in West Boca Raton is in jail after allegedly robbing a Pizza Hut delivery man, only to come forward later as a witness in an effort to blame his cousin. Joseph Wants, great name, 26.
Like Bernie Getz.
Yeah, exactly. What Joseph wants.
Or Leo gets.
Yeah, what Joseph wants, Leo gets. There you go. Placed $107 order pizza, or for a pizza, breadsticks, soda. Man, that's a lot of pizza.
Jeez.
He said it was for a party. The delivery man arrived at 10:30 p.m. last Tuesday.
The delivery man arrived and said, "This doesn't feel like a party."
No, this doesn't feel like a party at all. Dang it!
I gotta see how this is a party.
I gotta have that more At the ready.
At the ready.
Because it should just... Here we go. So Pizza Man showed up and said...
I don't see how that's a party.
There you go. That's perfect. The guy, so he became suspicious because he saw no cars or signs of any kind of party. And Wetz allegedly put a BB gun to the head of the Pizza Hut worker and stole all the food and cash that he had on him.
Wow.
Suspect, another person, later told police they witnessed the robbery and Want's cousin was the gun-toting culprit and tried to blame his cousin. Turned out to all be crap, and they figured it out. Now he's busted. So take that, you big dumbass. What an idiot. Florida man.
God.
We don't get enough calls from Florida people to defend their state. I think they've just given up.
They can't.
Yeah.
They realize that they can't defend it.
They've given up. Why would they do that? Hey, Brian, do you like websites? Do you like going there? Do you like spending time on them?
I like gladiator movies, Brian.
Well,
websites about gladiator movies.
Good. Well, let me tell you a little bit more about why your gladiator website sucks.
I like a good, clean website that's easy to maintain with good support and that sort of thing.
Well, I can't believe it, because if that's what you want, boy, have I got a deal for you.
What?
I know, right? Here's what you can do. You can try out some of these great new Squarespace 7 features. Just launched. More info at squarespace.com/7, by the way, for more information. Redesigned interface, integration with Google Apps, Getty Images, new templates, cover pages, so much more. It's amazing. Beautiful new designs. Simple and powerful. You want good support? Great. They can help you out with that. How about 24/7 support via live chat and email? How about that?
I like that.
Yeah, and it's cheap. $8 a month. If you really care about your website, you're willing to spend that much per month on your website. Responsive design, e-commerce, all the things you need. There's only one more thing you need. How about save a little bit of money? Go try a free trial. No credit card required. Just start building your website today. If you like it and you sign up for it as a permanent thing, go for it. And use the offer code MORNING at checkout and get 10% off your first purchase. That's MORNING at checkout. We thank Squarespace for their support of the show. Squarespace, start here, go anywhere.
Ooh.
Anywhere, Brian. Anywhere.
If there's any kind of site I like, it's one that can go anywhere.
I want it to go anywhere, man.
Chairman J. Parnell Thomas of New Jersey opens an inquiry into possible communist penetration of the Hollywood film industry.
It is Celebrity Poop, and it's brought to you by...
Celebrate Kwan's Hanukkah with your friends from the Tadpool and participate in the annual Tadpool Santa gift exchange. Just go to tinyurl.com/TadSanta 2014 before Sunday, November 23rd at midnight. That's this Monday or Sunday. Hurry, do it. Eastern, by the way, midnight Eastern to sign up. It's a great way to get to know your friends in the Tadpool better. Brian's doing it. Why aren't you?
Oh, you know what's weird?
Tina's even doing it this year.
I want to do it. I just keep forgetting to go do it.
Click the link right now so it's in your browser window for after the show, and then you'll.
That's a good idea.
That's my to-do list lately is also keeping browser windows open in the background. Oh. And as I close things, it's like, oh yeah, I need to fill that out.
Sure do love though that Chrome, like a single tab in Chrome, can represent about a gigabyte and a half of memory usage. It's so crazy.
Well, yeah.
Bad.
I'm thinking about going back to Safari now that Yosemite's out. I hear that the new Safari is pretty dang good.
That's probably all right. It's less of a memory eater. I know that. Chrome on all platforms is just a big old memory muncher. I didn't realize Daryl sent like a replica spec sheet for this phaser.
Oh, really?
I didn't see this in the original package. About the original series phaser props, on-screen TOS phasers came in 3 general varieties: stunt, mid-grade, and hero. Stunt props were used at distance, but I mean, there's a huge description of how this thing is made and what all the little buttons and pieces do. He's insane. All right, anyway, what are we doing here?
Crazy man.
Celebrity
Crazy
poop.
Trek nerd.
Real-life movie star Tom Hardy.
I believe Batman stole my money.
Anyway.
That was my favorite scene.
It was cut from the final film, but if you get the director's DVD, it's fine.
It was after they fought and Bane's checking for his wallet.
Yep.
It was great.
He's a versatile dude. I like him a lot, and he's leading some new FX drama. He's infamous for his role as Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. Currently one of the most consistent actors. Many say delivered a knockout performance in Locke, which I haven't seen yet. Want to though. He's also in the last movie that Tony Soprano was in, James Gandolfini.
Yeah, the one with Julie Louis-Dreyfus?
No.
Oh.
Hold on. Damn it.
I thought that was the last movie he was in, but maybe not.
Gandolfini. I'm going to find it real fast. Here we go. IMDb. His final film was The Drop. Yeah, there it is. 2014, The Drop. This starred Tom Hardy, Naomi Rapace, James Gandolfini, and a bunch of other people.
Rapace.
Numi, what did I say? Naomi?
She's the Naomi. She's the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Jason Ortiz. Oh, yeah, she is the dragon tattoo lady. Oh, I like her.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Is it?
Yeah.
No, that's not her.
Yeah, there was two of them. There was the Rooney Mara for the American one with Daniel Craig, and then Numi Rapace was the one in the Swedish one.
Oh, okay. You're right. Yeah, you're right. They both have weird names. Isn't that funny?
Yes, exactly. RM and MR.
Anyway, I really want to see this movie. I hear it's amazing. The Drop's supposed to be really good. Anyway, that was the point of that is, what was my point? Tom Hardy, he's great. Just count on him for great stuff is all I'm saying.
And R, yes.
He may be Apocalypse in X-Men. That's been the rumor. Nobody knows for sure.
Wow.
And he's the new lead for
X-Men, your punishment will be severe.
That's right. He's going to be in this new. Oh, and he's Mad Max in the new Mad Max films as well.
Yes.
The guy's getting around. He's doing just fine.
Nemesis, Star Trek Nemesis.
Yeah. By the way, that
Inception.
Yeah, Inception. All good things. Everything he's getting. If you ever want to see Bronson, prepare yourself for some pretty gritty stuff. But it's damn good, man. He's just good. The guy's a force to be reckoned with.
Yes.
He can also. Oh, I even liked him in that one that was super like almost Disney-ified, but I thought it was awesome. It was he was an MMA fighter type dude, like a mixed martial arts guy. I can't remember the name of the movie. Crap. It was him kind of competing with his brother. Oh, help me. Someone in the chat. You'll know it. I loved him in that. Anyway, in mid-2016, it will premiere as a drama based on Hardy and his father's Chip's original story. I don't know what that means. Anyway, set in 1813. So it's an old deal. It's an FX show, okay? Taboo is based on... Oh, it's called Taboo? Didn't say that earlier. Well, anyway, whatever. Taboo is based on an original story by Hardy and his father, Chips Hardy. Oh, that's his dad's name, is Chips Hardy. Chips Hardy.
Chips.
Hello.
Barrel-chested guy in a white T-shirt with his pants hiked up to his belly button.
Yep, curly mustache, all that stuff. Hardy plays the lead role of James Keziah Delaney, a rogue adventurer who returns from Africa with 14 ill-gotten diamonds to seek vengeance after his death of his father. Refusing to sell the the family business to the East India Company, he sets out to build his own trade and shipping empire and finds himself playing a very dangerous game. That sounds great. I am all in.
Interesting. It's an FX drama too, so yeah.
It'll be nice and gritty. FX isn't afraid. They don't pull any punches. They got it's a period piece. You know I'm all in on that.
Yep.
Bring it. I'm ready.
Sure. Iceworm, by the way, says that the MMA movie is Warrior.
Yeah, Warrior's great. Totally worth seeing. If it's streaming still, people should totally watch Warrior. I know who played his dad. It was Nick Nolte plays his dad in that.
And really?
Also good, yeah. I like Nick Nolte. And the older and crazier, the better I like him.
The more disheveled.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't want 48 hours Nick Nolte. I want like out of control, like looking crazy Nick Nolte.
Down and out in Beverly Hills Nick Nolte.
Yes. You know the one.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking about the movie. Hey-o.
No, ho, hey. I know he's had a lot of trouble and stuff, but he's doing all right now, isn't he? He'll be okay.
I think so, yeah.
Let's see what Nick Nolte's up to. You know he's got talent. All right, let's see. He was born in 41, so that puts him out there a little bit. Okay. Well, he's got plenty of projects coming. They're all in 2014. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movies and a TV miniseries all coming out this year. Well, some of this has just been announced, but anyway. Oh, A Walk in the Woods. That's that new Disney deal, isn't it? Hold on.
Walk in the Woods. That's Out in the Woods, right?
Oh, maybe. I saw a poster and thought this was it. Maybe this isn't it, because this is a... Oh, yeah, this is different. This has Nick Offerman in it? What the hell is this?
Ron Swanson?
Yeah, listen to this cast.
Okay.
Nick Offerman, Emma Thompson, Robert Redford, Kristen Schaal, Nick Nolte, Mary Steenburgen.
Kristen Schaal Louise from Bob's Burgers?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
What is this? I feel like is it a comedy?
I don't know.
After spending 2 decades in England, Bill Bryson returns to the U.S. where he decides the best way to connect with his homeland is to hike the Appalachian Trail with one of his oldest friends. I assume that's Nick Offerman's character. Huh. I don't know anything about Harrison Ford's in this? No. What is this? Like,
It sounds like somebody's made up dream movie, doesn't it?
it does. It's like a parallel universe for Stallone and his not Untouchables. What's his movie called? The not the Incredibles. What's the Sylvester Stallone movie that he makes now?
Oh, The Expendables.
The Expendables. Gosh, dang it! I knew it was the Ables of something.
Somethingables.
Yeah, the Somethingables. It's like that, but for a calmer crowd, I guess, or something. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. He's got another Rambo movie coming out next year, by the way.
Oh, great.
Rambo Last Blood, it's called. For real.
No.
Yep. Says Rambo Last Blood. Here's your synopsis. Rambo goes up against a Mexican cartel in what's reported to be his last adventure. Full cast. Sylvester Stallone. All right, great. Sounds like that's going well.
We'll have to keep an eye out for a Walk in the Woods. That sounds
interesting, right?
Sounds really interesting.
It's probably real quirky or something, and like independent.
Who's directing it?
Some dude.
Ken Kwapis, who I've never heard of.
Yes, Ken Kwapis.
I follow all of his movies.
You're on the Kwapis tip?
Like, He's Just Not That Into You, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Dunstan Checks In.
Dunstan Checks In. That's the one about the monkey?
Yes.
All right. Great. Dunstan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, he directed a few episodes of Larry Sanders Show, a couple episodes of The Office, Malcolm in the Middle. And he might. I bet this is a comedy.
Yeah. By the way,
I bet this is like an ensemble. Well, obviously it's an ensemble thing, but I'll bet it's like an ensemble comedy.
I don't want to shock everybody here, but Dunstan Checks In. Was in 1996. Big shock. There's a lot of movies like that in 1996. Starred Jason Alexander and Faye Dunaway. And Paul Rubens. Wonderful. Let's watch Dunstan Checks In. Everybody.
Oh, this is based on a Bill Bryson thing? I just saw the message from Corinne. Did you say that it was based on Bill Bryson?
I did not.
Oh.
But Dunstan, well, I may have said that name. Who's Bill Bryson? Who is
that? He's a writer. I'm trying to remember the book he did about England that was really good. That one I read, and I'm trying to remember what it is.
Oh, he looks like Offerman. I'm looking at him now. Oh, weird. That's maybe perfect. Okay. Well, then I'm guessing it is a very quirky, independent-y kind of focus features kind of deal.
I'm in. I'm in.
Sounds great. Sounds good. I'll be into that. Thank you, Corinne. Corinne's always good at this stuff.
She is really good at this stuff.
All right. We are going to take a break, but only after I tell you about our friends at tweakedaudio.com, making great earbuds and ear accessories since forever. Well, since we've started working with them, feels like forever. It's been a long time.
Ever.
We love these guys. People are always telling us how much they love their service and their products, and there's no reason for you not to go check them out right now. tweakedaudio.com is the place. If you want a lifetime warranty, noise reduction, and engineered quality, well, then by gum, have we got a deal for you. Here's a way to save some money. 33% off. That's a third off the price. Last time I checked my math. Use the code STREAM at checkout. That's STREAM for 33% off at tweakedaudio.com. Brian, let's do a song now. What do we got here?
Dear John Bott and Ibsen, I wanted to thank you for bringing the pants to the frogs for this awesome podcast world. I've been a listener ever since the first few episodes of The Instance, and about a year ago discovered both Film Sack and The Morning Stream, which has over the few weeks helped me overcome very difficult times, especially things to do with family issues. So I wanted to thank you for your amazing work and hope that you both continue what you do and take good care of your family. It's for your best. Fert. Signed, Simon.
Nice.
Agreed.
Okay.
His request is a cover. It's an actually. I'll clear this up. It's the Armin van Buuren remix of Raccoon Love You More. Now he puts cover, but it's a remix. Is if it uses the same vocals, the same recorded vocals, and just a new arrangement or a new, add some ounce to it, then it's a remix. But you know what? I'm fine with that. I'll play it. I'm totally cool with it, especially because it's a really good song. This one comes from the single called Love You More that came out in 2013. The original recording of the song was just by Raccoon, And Armin van Buren stepped in and said, no, we need more ounce in it, so let's add it. Love You More, the radio edit by Armin van Buren.
All right, here it is. We'll be back with Nicole and Tom in a minute. Stay tuned.
Your squad is ready for you to lead them through. With Johnny 7 OMA, you charge. Fire grenade. Bullseye for Johnny 7. Watch out, tank. Fire anti-armor shell. Fire anti-tank rocket. Johnny 7's got him on the run. Johnny 7 fires bullets like a rifle. Fires like a Tommy gun. Now it's a cap-firing pistol. You've won with Johnny 7, the one-man army gun. It's 7 guns in one. Let's count them. 1 is a grenade launcher. 2 anti-armor gun. 3 anti-tank gun. 4 bullet-firing rifle. 5 Tommy gun. 6 anti-bunker gun. 7 cap-firing pistol. There's no other gun like it. To be sure, look for Johnny 7 OMA, the one-man army by Topper.
Sounds like some kind of lubricants.
The Morning Stream.
Scott, I feel like it's been too long since I've said how much man feelings I have for Scott Fletcher and what he does for Frogman shows.
Agreed.
He's the man. And when he does things like this.
The morning stream.
And sends them to me anyway. Well, it's just like Christmas every day. That's amazing. All right. Let's get Nicole in here. I like Nicole.
I do too. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Nicole.
I like her a lot. She's like this kind of weird sister I never had. Although I had sisters, but she was like another one. She's like a different sister. She's a new sister. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Join us now, ladies and gentlemen, for what we like to call Recommendals with Nicole Spagnolo. Hello, Nicole.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
Not too bad.
Yeah, you doing all right? Looks like I don't see any creepy people in your window today. That's good.
Oh, yeah. I changed rooms.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you still have a window, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That guy will follow you around.
Not in the closet.
No. It's always good to have you on. It's Wednesday. It's what we do. It's what we do on a Wednesday, and we kind of have the new kind of cool theme idea that we do now. And,
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm having, I like to hear recommendations from you guys.
Mm-hmm. Why not?
They recommend a movie I've never seen.
Mm-hmm.
Not likely, but it could happen.
Yeah. A nice
It
reminder.
is true. I mean, it isn't likely that we're going to pick something that you've never even heard of.
This is true. It is important, I think, to note, maybe early here, so I don't forget, that you can follow Recommendals on Twitter for all kinds of great stuff, like postings about the movies we talk about, different recommendations, that kind of thing. So do that. How do we spell that?
And if you miss this segment, I repost it later too.
Is it like spelled like rec and then how do you spell it?
It's RECA, right?
Like recommendations, like the first part of recommendations.
Yeah.
And then 2 M's.
And then Cheeto at the end. Got it.
Cheeto.
Perfect.
Find me on Twitter and look at my profile.
Yeah, do that too.
Put it right there.
And Nicole Spag is real easy to find. That's easy to spell.
Exactly.
Nicole, tell us today what we're doing. What's our plan?
So I'm a little disheveled today. Kind of had a long night, but I did pick my movie because I've been watching it all the time. We decided last week. We polled the Tadpool on Twitter and asked them for theme recommendations, and this one was traditional animation. So what is it? The just standard cell
two-dimensional cell-drawn animation.
Sure, and we said that during that discussion last week, we said, look, if it includes some like CGI, and I used the example of the not streaming Beauty and the Beast as an example, but that had that ballroom scene, which is very CGI'd up, but it still counts if it's primarily a hand animated cell-drawn thing. Yeah.
So yeah, you want me to kick it off?
Yeah, go ahead. What's yours?
All right. I know I've had one movie in particular as a recommendal in the past, and I just want to quickly mention it. I did recommend Emperor's New Groove before, haven't I?
I think you have, yeah. Just as a general, it wasn't an animation theme.
Yeah, it was just general because it's just a great movie. It is streaming.
Love that
Plus,
movie.
you got your Patrick Warburton and your David Spade in that.
Yep, and it's a hoot.
Every time. I always want to say war button.
You really should. You should say war button.
War button isn't. You don't want to push the war button. That's all I know.
War button.
Patrick War button.
Hey, Peter, don't push the war button. Hey. No, he. It's great because I always forget that they're in that other show together now. What's that show?
Oh, that show's been done
it's
a while.
Still on, I think.
Yeah, Rules of Engagement.
I think Rules of Engagement is still on.
No, it's not.
We've had this discussion too.
I watched the whole series finale like 2 years ago.
Hold on. I'm looking this up. It ended in... Damn it. Oh, it ended last year. It ended last year. Yeah, I thought it was still going.
I watched the last episode.
Okay.
I really don't.
By the way, I did finally get through the entire series of Raising Hope, and I've started on Arrow.
Oh, very nice.
But Raising Hope can't recommend it enough. So good, and they pushed the envelope so many times with little parodies and things like that. Their Wizard of Oz episode is fantastic. Their It's a Wonderful Life episode.
I tried to watch that. It just was really slow for me. Maybe because I started in the middle, or after like 3 or 4 episodes in, I caught it.
I think you should go at it again. It is in our family one of our go-to, like, always funny things that we love to catch. Just love that show. So funny. Anyway, I think we've seen the series like 4 times over now. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I wanted to bring up a past recommendal, but the movie I'm recommending that really kind of surprised me, because Disney sequels are usually horrible. Like, not, I don't know, when they're the Pixar,
Toy Story 2 and 3.
Those are great.
Yeah.
It just seems like when it's like Cinderella 2. What? Yeah. But they have all of the Stitch movies on Netflix right now. So they have Lilo and Stitch, and the one we've been watching a lot, and Mateo loves it, and I do too, is just Stitch the movie.
I don't think I've seen. That's interesting.
They explore all the experiments. So Stitch is experiment 2 or 626, and they're looking at all the other different experiments, and there's a bad character called Hamster Wheel. It's a really cute movie.
Yeah.
And I if you like Lilo and Stitch, you will probably like this little movie.
Well,
it's really fun.
I have a confession. I've never seen any Lilo and Stitch ever. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why. My kids have all seen it. Everyone's seen it. It was during an era where I watched all the Disney stuff. I just for whatever reason, can't remember why, but I missed it. And
it's really cute.
Yeah, maybe I should catch up.
And my response is, well, crap.
Oh no, that was you.
Well, the original was my recommendal, Lilo and Stitch. I'm my favorite Disney character of all time is Stitch. I've got a Stitch bobblehead in my car. I've got Stitch pins when I went to Disneyland right before BlizzCon. I was willing to trade any of my pins on my lanyard with the.
That's right. You had the Stitch.
Stitch is the Emperor.
Oh, I should have realized.
No,
that's okay.
Hey, we run this chance of crossing
exactly,
streams.
And you know what? If it and plus you're not recommending the original. You're recommending just the one called Stitch, one of the sequels.
Stitch the movie. So.
I like Stitch fine, except for his voice. And again, I haven't seen the movie, but I can't stand that whole like nasally.
Oh, it'll grow on you when you watch the movie.
Really?
That's the whole problem.
All right. That's the problem.
you haven't had enough of it is the problem. That's why you don't like it. Because you need more of it.
All right. Fair enough. Well, that's a great look at all the Stitch. Right? Everything's coming up Stitch today.
And here's the funniest part is that one of the cast members that provides the voice, I think it's for Lilo's mom, Tia Carrera, who we talked about yesterday.
What?
That's right, it is her.
Best thing she ever did then.
Yep. David Ogden Stiers, Kevin McDonald from Kids in the Hall, Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
I think Ving Rhames does the voice of Stitch.
That's back when Winchester did voices for every.
Completely kidding.
David Ogden Stiers, aka Winchester, I swear was getting more Disney work then than anybody. He was a voice in, I think, from.
He was in Beauty and the Beast, which we mentioned a minute ago.
Yeah, he did the intro thing for that, and then he was in Pocahontas. He was in this. Others, but yeah, he went on a tear there for a while. It was all coming up him for all the Disney stuff. I wouldn't mind. He has an amazing voice. His voice work is really, really good. It'd be cool to see him in something else. I don't know what he's doing now though.
Now I will tell you that before I settled on Lilo and Stitch, I was hoping that Heavy Metal was streaming.
It was at one time.
Yeah, not anymore. That was the first one I was looking for, because as far as animated movies go,
Brian, you and I are in sync on this one.
Your menses are in sync or whatever.
And then when that wasn't, I was looking for something Ralph Bakshi like Wizards or the first Lord of the Rings. Didn't see those, so I was like, all right, well, let's go with one of my favorites, the Disney one.
Nice. Well,
good. Yeah.
Well, that's very exciting. You want to hear
Stitch
mine?
And Lilo and Stitch.
We all went Disney today.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. There's a bunch of stuff I was going to recommend that I can't find on there anymore, like Max and.
Oh, that's still up there.
Is that up there still? I couldn't find it.
It's
Mary and Max.
Mary and Max.
Yeah, well, we've talked about that one before, so I thought, well, since we've already mentioned it before, that it's probably not that big a deal. But as a runner-up, I would say that's an amazing little.
I've been
thing.
meaning to see that.
It's claymation too. I mean, it's still traditional.
Yeah.
Animation, not CGI.
Yeah, that's true. It's all stop motion, so it doesn't
We'll allow it.
We'd let it in.
No objections.
For me, and there's some other stuff, Legend of Kells, and there's some other stuff in there that's really cool. But I settled on a personal favorite, and I think mostly it's because for whatever reason, and most people don't like it for this, I actually love it for this, but it's the soundtrack that makes the original Tarzan work for me. I love
Like
Tarzan.
some Phil Collins.
I love Phil Collins' music in that. I listen to that soundtrack occasionally. Like, I realize a lot of people think that's when he truly jumped his shark and left the world that would have been Genesis and his earlier work, and that this was the sign that he's an old Disney guy now. But I think it's some really great songs, and I think it works great with the visuals, and that movie still can tug at me and give me a little teary-eyed for some of it, and I love that movie. So I just watched it again with the kids.
You can feel the love.
Yeah, well, that song sucks. In a different movie, but the whole like I'm trying to think of an example of when he's rushing through the trees, like surfing the trees, and that Son of Man song is playing. That is a real adrenaline moment in animation for me. Like, I feel like they just nailed what you wanted to get out of both visual and sound. And for whatever reason, that movie just represents that. The only thing I don't like about that movie is the stupid come into the camp and break everything scene. I hate that. And that's it. I like the rest of it. I love the beginning. I love the opening. I love when they find the kid. It's also the cutest. My daughter and I were talking about this the other night. The cutest baby in animation history is Baby Tarzan. By far.
Totally. I didn't know there was a competition for that, but okay.
It's the cutest baby. And then when that freaking leopard tries to come kill and eat the baby in that whole chase scene, amazing. Anyway, Tarzan's rad. So take that, everybody.
Disney's Tarzan.
Yeah. So there you go. There's our animated picks for the week.
Brian, I feel like we shortchanged you here.
No, not at all. Not at all. Because we did two different movies, and I think a double recommendation for people to check out Lilo and Stitch. Maybe this will be the thing that finally makes Scott get off the fence and watch one Lilo and Stitch movie. Just one.
I have zero compulsion not to see it. I don't know. I just never got around to it. And, and every time I see it, like, oh, there's that. I should watch that. Oh, but I'm busy doing this other thing. Or Kim's binge watching Gilmore Girls still, or, whatever other thing is going on. But maybe I'll just take some time with the kids this weekend and see it.
There you go.
We focused on Netflix. I'm going to give the listeners an Amazon Prime recommendal.
All right.
And it's a different... Well, and it's CGI crap. Sorry.
That's all right. We'll allow it.
It's CGI crap or it's CGI comma crap?
All right. Are either of you fans of what was it? Crap. Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, I loved Kung Fu Panda.
Have you watched the TV series?
I have
seen Legends of Awesomeness?
No. I've only ever seen the first movie, and I have never seen the sequel. But I love the first movie.
But the TV show is really, really great. In fact, I would say it's awesome. So Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness, there's 6 seasons, and the first 3 are streaming on Amazon Prime right now. And it's totally worth the watch. Really, really, really well done.
So describe to me the animation quality. Is it like film good, or is it like okay?
I mean, it is equal to the movies in my opinion. The voice acting is great. They found a guy who sounds exactly like Jack Black. It's a really, I highly recommend it. We love it in this house, and I didn't realize it was streaming on Amazon Prime.
Oh, that's impressive.
For such a long time, like cartoon. 30-minute cartoon follow-ups to big budget animated movies were garbage.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what was so impressive about this. I mean, this is movie quality, and the stories are fun, and you get deeper into each of the characters, so they have more time to just kind of explore them. And they tell some really fun, interesting
stories. What's it called again? Give me what's the title of the show?
Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness. And the intro, like the little song they do, you're gonna have it stuck in your head. It's really fun.
I should check it out. 2011 through looks like it's still going.
Something.
Is it still going? Wow.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's great.
Oh no, is it still going? I don't know.
For those wondering, Poe is not played by Jack Black in this. It's played by somebody named Mick Wingert.
But he is dead on Jack Black.
Huh.
Like, you won't even realize. You will think Jack Black is the voice of Poe.
All right, well. That's awesome. I'll check it out. I really love that first movie, so I'm all in.
30, or what are they, 20 minutes? I think they're like 20,
20,
minutes.
30 minutes at the most.
Low commitment there.
Well, Nicole, it's always fun hanging out. Nicole Spag on Twitter. Nick Recommendals on Twitter as well.
Quizler?
Oh, yeah, Quizler. Give us a Quizler. I always forget. Give me a Quizler. What do you got?
Tom. Heads up.
Yeah, heads up, Tom.
All right, here you go. I have no idea what this one is, and something Mike gave me.
Super fruity.
Whoop, that was me. Sorry.
It's like, that wasn't mine. I'm sorry, I don't have this pulled up. Never mind. Okay, there.
Do you want the cancer?
The cancer.
The can, sir?
Oh, no, I'm fine. Thank you.
Do you want the cancer?
I think that up in the air.
That is up in the air.
I never saw Up in the Air.
What?
That's the Jason Reitman deal.
Right,
I never
George
saw it.
Clooney and
a
Vera
great movie.
Farmiga.
That's what I heard. I loved
Anna
his
Kendrick.
Thank You for Smoking was awesome. I like his style. Like, he's great, walking in his dad's footsteps. I just never saw Up in the Air for some reason.
You want to hear it again?
Yeah.
I'll play it again.
Do you want the cancer?
The cancer.
The can, sir?
Oh, no, I'm fine. Thank you.
You know, it's kind of her fault.
Right, she said it too fast.
Yeah,
So-
I think he was right to think she said the cancer.
Yes.
So, all right.
No, I do not want the cancer.
Good fun. What's next week's? Do we know yet? What are we doing? What's our theme?
It's gonna be.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I have the list. I'll just text it to you. We
All
don't
right.
know.
Yeah.
It'll be a surprise for
All right,
us.
I like it. I like it a lot. Nicole Spag on Twitter. Follow her now, everybody. She has lots of things to say and things to do. Nicole, have a great one. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
See ya. All right. All right. Now it's time to call Mr. Tom Merritt, the ace detective himself. See what he's doing. Oh, yeah.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
Welcome to the stage, if you will, one Tom Merritt. Hi, Tom.
All the Tom Merritts that exist in this house.
Like a buffet of Tom Merritts, really.
It's every merit.
Yeah, you don't have to go just once. You can fill your plate up as many times as you want with Tom
It's an
Merritt.
all you can stand.
All you can stand Tom Merritt buffet. I like
Why
the
are
sound
you
of
leaving
that.
so soon?
Yeah, what's going on? What's wrong? Everything's fine here. Tom,
Where's everyone going?
You know, it's great because by Wednesday, I feel like I'm deprived of technology news. I feel like I don't know anything. I even listen to Daily Tech News Show, and even then, it's like, well, I still haven't had that
Yeah, they don't
personal
tell you crap,
interaction.
do they?
Yeah, I still haven't learned a thing. So I wait till TMS, and then I learn all kinds of things. And honestly, I look at the tech world right now, and I only see it through the eyes of my World of Warcraft character because that's all I've been doing when I've had
Tell
free
us the
time.
technology of garrisons, please,
Yes,
Tom.
please.
Sure. Yeah. So a new announcement of a storehouse today.
Oh, wow.
In my Frostridge garrison.
Breaking.
Just built yesterday.
That garrison feature is a real bastard, man. It's so much fun.
Games are technology, and I know you do a World of Warcraft podcast that I speak back to, and you don't hear.
That's true, and I talk much faster on that one, but yeah.
Following along from what you guys were talking about on the instance last weekend, I really like the way this expansion plays to my play style, which is to kind of want to be in a group. I like the MMO aspect and seeing other people in the world that I know are other players, but following quests and mostly soloing, right? And so what's awesome to me about this expansion is how many of the little bits where you can like, oh, there's a monster, we got to take it down. Oh, hey, there's 2 or 3 other people around, you know, kind of just a thumbs up nod. Let's all go after him. You know, you feel like you're pulling together in a group. You get that aspect, and then you're all like, off to the next quest. Got to get some frostweed. See you later.
Yeah, I agree. It's and your playstyle, it's funny, is just like mine. I that's kind of my preferred mode as well. I love raiding and things like that. When all that comes together, that's great. But when it comes to like core story and questing and stuff, I really like that kind of take my time, do what I want, go where I want kind of aspect. And usually that doesn't involve, you know, a bunch of other people or voices or whatever. I also like to really get immersed in the story. And this thing's just added this new layer of, I don't know, like, I know those people I'm sending out on missions are fake. And I know those people down there making my stuff are fake. But I feel like I'm in charge of something,
You
know?
care about them, right? Like,
Yeah.
if, you know, if someone were to come in and off one of your followers, you'd be kind of bummed.
I'd be super bummed. I mean, one of them was, you know, would fail a mission. And it was like a real rough one. Like it was
Get really upset at
83%. Yeah. And it was a really low
Call them
percentage
into your
chance.
office.
It was like,
You're fired if you don't.
we're going to have a talk here, Grondal, or whatever your name is. But yeah, that game's it's really a smart expansion. I know, the launch issues, which
not many. You guys are right about the NPC folks that show up and help you out, but I'm talking about like just being out in the world. There seem to be more places where you don't have to find friend players. There just happen to be people around doing the same thing, and the mechanics work so finely now that you can get credit for a kill as long as you participate, and it automatically splits the loot, and all that stuff has been around for a while, but it just works really nicely.
I agree. They brought back group quests, which they took out, I want to say, in Cataclysm-ish time, because they'd had those forever, and they weren't all that fun, but I feel like they've integrated those better, and those now
because you
feel
don't have to necessarily find the group, right? As long as enough people are playing that same quest, you can just you don't have to formally team up. It's like, oh, we're all going after okay,
usually
good.
and it's usually with a big boss or something. The that big fireworm in Frostfire Ridge that you have to feed the ogres to.
Oh, right.
Everybody can bring ogres, but I did notice that only one person gets the loot.
Yeah, that's true.
The first person to click it.
Yeah, that one gets tagged. You're right, but there's a lot of those that are all shared.
Fun one. That is a fun one, though.
Yeah.
Although if you take down the NPC bosses, the non-quest bosses, everybody gets a shot at whatever shard or whatever is in there.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just amazed at a game with this engine, which I know has been tweaked, and certainly the characters are all new now and all that stuff, but this thing still just can blow my mind. I walked into that spires of what's the very southern tip area that's all kind of a mix.
I don't know, man. I'm level 92. I haven't got out of Frostfire yet.
Yeah, you're not there yet. There is a moment where you turn a corner and there's this giant sky laser thing that's honing the sun out of nowhere that is just breathtaking. And I've not felt that way about a game in a while, and I realized after I saw it, I went, this is in a 10-year-old engine, and I'm still getting excited about what I see in it. Like, that's an impressive feat.
Isn't this flowers in Gorgon? Like, if you walk through a flower patch, the flowers move like you're rustling through them, which
which a lot of other games do, but to see it in here is it's such a it breathes new life into that world, man.
Literally,
Anyway, it's awesome.
Not really, literally.
It's
in-game, literally.
In-game, literally.
Virtually, literally.
Well, what outside of how awesome?
I was going to say that isn't that much more fun than talking about Uber's problems?
Yeah, it kind of is. Except, you know what? I actually had a question about that whole Uber deal. Well, okay. This is in a tangential way kind of connected to this. This week,
sit tangentially.
My daughter, how do you do that? That sounds painful. My daughter, her battery died in her car, and she got stuck for 2 hours trying to get to work. And she, I wish she'd have called me out. It'd probably been quicker. But instead, she has this, what's the gas station? Chevron Club, Drivers Club thing. It's kind of like AAA.
Like a roadside assistance.
Sure. And we've had that forever, and we've never used it. But it's just because we use Chevron for our gas all the time, that's this perk that you get. So we've never had to really use it before. She decided to call it, and it took about an hour, which seemed too long. And it was a lady in a minivan with like 4 kids to come jump the car.
So it's like the Uber of car roadside assistance.
And it got me to thinking, is that how all this stuff works now? Everybody's just hiring like local people.
Crowdsourced AAA.
Yeah.
See, I wonder what the backstory is on Chevron's deal, whether they've contracted to a company that's doing an Uber-like model, or if that's just like, we don't have enough to keep a full-time staff on, so we'll contract people out to be on call. And it's less of the modern version of this and more of because that's existed for a long time, where they'll just have like on-call contractors so people can work at home.
Yeah.
But she had the kids piled in the van with her. That's hilarious.
She did. She's like, sorry, I'm late. No, let me get that all for you. And she whips out the cables, and my daughter's like, this is weird.
Because I have AAA.
Yeah.
Same kind of deal. And when you call AAA, it's always like a AAA truck with the guy and the jumper cables.
Yeah. And that's what she expected. She thought she like a
right.
Chevron card pull up or something, but it didn't. It was really weird. But this whole Uber thing, they're becoming like, that CEO saying the stuff he said, they're becoming like this weird, evil thing.
Well, yeah, when this story first struck about, there was an executive. It wasn't the CEO. It was one of the executives. His name was Michael.
Something.
Emil Michael. And he said at a private dinner with journalists. Now, we can go off on a whole tangent about how cozy journalists should be with the companies that they're covering, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But Uber thought it was off the record one of the journalists there never heard anybody say it was off the record. So that's how it got out. And he said, maybe we should start digging around in journalists' private lives. Would you like, we could do that. And that's a horrible thing to say, especially when he targeted one journalist in particular, Sarah Lacey for Pando Daily. And that all erupted yesterday. Travis Kalanick, the CEO of Uber, posted a Twitter storm about how that was wrong and that is not what Uber stands for, and he regrets that the person said that and he shouldn't say that, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, then today it comes out, and BuzzFeed, the source of both of these, so BuzzFeed's on this for some reason, that one of the BuzzFeed reporters had been covering Uber in New York, showed up, and the person she was covering, and I keep wanting to call him Jay Moorer. His last name is Moorer. It's not Jay Moore.
Oh.
It's Mohrer. It's Josh Moorer.
Josh Moore.
Said, oh, there you are. I've been tracking you.
Ugh.
And then a couple of other sources have told BuzzFeed, former Uber employees, that there's a thing called God mode, where they can see all the cars and all the people that are in the cars and all the drivers that are in the cars, which I can imagine would be extremely helpful.
Sure.
But that everyone at the company has access to it. So, two and two together, BuzzFeed has a story that, hey, people at Uber can just kind of drop in and track you whenever they want. Now, Uber has posted today saying, here's our privacy policy. I know we never posted it before, but it restricts people from doing that. We only access this kind of data when it's necessary to troubleshoot, a problem with a ride, or because you've given permission to us. We don't just go dipping in, but it sounds like maybe people were. In fact, there's this one guy, Josh Moorer, who was like, he validly told the reporter, I was looking at this stuff, and she never gave him permission. And apparently he also sent her an email with examples of rides she'd taken in order to make a point to her about this is how the service works. But again, using her data, and he never asked, according to her.
Yeah.
So here and then this same guy apparently yesterday on Twitter posted a shake it off, haters gonna hate post on Twitter about the whole, anger over the guy, Michael, saying that he's going to investigate people, and then deleted it. What we're getting is a picture of a company that's arrogant, doesn't think it can do wrong. And I think this is pretty typical of when startups go big, they start to face different problems. I'm not saying every startup's going to act the way Uber's acting,
sure,
but all of a sudden the light starts shining on you, and things that were okay before because who's paying attention, suddenly people are paying attention.
Yeah, your seat of the pants approach to things, and maybe to a large extent has contributed to your success, is now the thing that is making you vulnerable in a PR sense, because that kind of hubris and momentum probably put Uber on the map, like literally made that company be what it is, that kind of thinking. And now that kind of thinking gets them in trouble, and you start feeling like you are in God mode, to coin their own phrase, and that you can poke around like this. And I guarantee you, if everybody at Uber has access to that thing, people have accessed it outside of normal company protocol. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I would have if I worked there, because it's
apparently
there.
It was being used at and again in this BuzzFeed article, it was being used at an Uber launch party, and one of the venture capitalists' name was up there on the map, and someone started texting him saying, "Hey, I see you're at the cross street of Lexington and Fifth."
Ugh. See, that's not cool. That's just, it's not cool because it's just too loosey goosey. It's too like, hey, you're if you want to do this deal, like what's the thing where people will go pick up groceries for you? It's another service like this. TaskRabbit.
Yeah.
All of these things are kind of this new, hell, dude, Patreon is this.
Yeah.
It's this new world of, we are asking our listeners, or in their case, their riders and drivers, all these people, to have this extra measure of a more open internet faith in us, to do the thing that we say we're going to do, and do good by them, and do right by them, and do good moral things with the quote-unquote power that brings somebody. And of course, and Kickstarter, it's all these things. They're all going to, this is what starts happening as these things mature, is some people screw up and start slipping up, and then people are going to, pull back a little bit. I'm not saying it's going to be a big, oh no, all that stuff's going to go away. In fact, I think it's just going to keep growing. But it is such a weird thing. Like, you could not go back in the 80s and convince me that one day The taxi service that I would want is one from a dude in his car who just came to pick me up.
Well, and that's what's funny, right? Is the concern when Uber first launched was, I'm going to get in a car with some stranger that's not specially marked as a taxi and just have them drive. I'm going to trust that? Oh, hell no. We've gotten way past that. People are like, oh, no, it's a service and it works. You can see the driver ratings, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's the company itself that suddenly is in doubt. And people are out there deleting Uber accounts and saying, I'll never take Uber. I'll only take their competitors like Lyft. And Uber knows this, and they're trying to fight the perception, but all of a sudden the eye of Sauron that is journalism is on them and saying, oh, but you did this and you did that and you did that.
Yeah. And was it Lyft who was in trouble a couple of months or a month ago for trying to recruit drivers, or was it the other way around?
It was both.
Okay.
Lyft accused Uber of trying to recruit their drivers by taking BS rides, and then Uber accused Lyft of doing the same thing.
So I'm starting to wonder, whenever I see things like that, and now we've got a kind of continued pattern of stuff, I wonder if that, sometimes just certain industries or segments of industry are just a little bit like breakneck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like I'm sure that the way the casino business runs is very different than the way the 7-Eleven franchise works. In other words, I know that
same
business
owners,
but
different business models.
Right, different business models, but also therefore different tactics, and sometimes those tactics might seem a little extreme. Like,
I mean, picking casinos all of a sudden puts images of The Godfather in people's minds. So, that may be tainted, but you're absolutely right. There are certain businesses that are higher risk and have a lot more involved, and casino isn't a bad example in that way, because it's like, that's why you think of The Godfather, because of all of that stuff. And you think of convenience stores at worst of maybe being a front for somebody, right? But not the convenience store itself not being all that.
Well, hopefully it all shakes out to be better for consumers, because I still think it's a really cool idea and it's an awesome service. But to stand around going, we believe we're worth $25 billion and we can look at your info anytime we want. Hey, we should smear some reporters on or off the record. That's bad. And Uber probably just needs to tighten up, fire a few people, and change some culture, and hopefully it all works out.
Well, and that's the question, right? Is how much of this is distorted through the media lens? It's looking more and more like not much. Like this has kind of been the way things go on there. How much of it can be fixed? How much of it do they want to fix? Sometimes the culture is so endemic that they're just inside saying, well, we got to look like we're, behaving, but come on, roll your eyes. These guys don't get it. We wouldn't do anything bad.
Yeah, well, hopefully
that's not the case.
That's true. Well, may all your Uber trips be safe and not full of infighting and personal attacks.
I want to actually, let's finish on that, because I think what gets left behind here is the drivers, who are independent contractors, right? They're just folks. Some of them drive for both Uber and Lyft. Those guys have actually proved, and girls, proved to be fairly good for the most part.
They're the reason it works. Like,
you have a few exceptions here and there, but they're pretty rare.
Yeah, and that's the whole point, is if that part's working, that's why this is a business. I think it behooves Uber.
Here's to the drivers.
Pour one out for the drivers. That's right. But not on the road. All right. Hey, Tom Merritt, anything else happening this week? Other than, we got Current Geek on Friday, which is very exciting. We'll get back to that. That'll be good. Anything else going on in your world you'd like to let people know about?
Why, yes, Scott. I just got the proof print copy yesterday of The Year in Tech History, illustrated by Scott Johnson.
Look at that.
Published.
That looks fantastic. Look at that.
It's a real book.
That's cool.
I'm really happy with my Monty Python-esque cover to that book.
You got illustrations on the inside.
That's right. Drawings on the inside, artwork on the outside. Amazing writing throughout.
Updated with more correct history. A few mistakes in chronology of tech history have been fixed. We've added a bunch of stuff, including things that happened since I pushed the chronology of tech history out there. So yeah, I'll be adding the print version as soon as I go in and make that approved. And it should be filtering out into other arenas, as well as the ebook version, which has been out for a while, which you can get TomMerrittBooks.com.
Nice. TomMerrittBooks.com. Keep your eye on that. Ace Detect on Twitter. And, of course, Daily Tech News Show each and every day. Tom Merritt, it is always our pleasure to have you here.
Mine, too. Thanks, you guys.
Bye.
See you, Tom.
All right. I've never done Uber. Have you done Uber?
I've never done Uber. I'd be nervous about it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
It doesn't seem like, from everything I've heard, it's like their background check procedure is weak at best.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is click a thing saying, yes, I can drive. And all of a sudden you're in the...
I feel like it's going to have, there's going to be one where we're just waiting for a big blowout.
Right,
yeah.
some gruesome Uber murder.
Yeah. That murder was Uber. That's going to do it for that. We do have some emails here that I did want to read, and they're brought to you by
Coverville. Where on today's show, we're going to celebrate the 75th birthday of the woman who runs Bartertown, Tina Turner. She doesn't need another
Wait a
hero.
minute. Who runs Bartertown?
Master Blaster runs Bartertown.
That's right. She's the worst. She's the best and the worst. Anyway.
She's the best and the worst.
Yeah.
So that's going to be coming up today. Tons of great stuff from her solo career, as well as some Ike and Tina Turner stuff. She does a cover of the Motels, Total Control, if you can believe that. It's a great 80s song that had no idea that she was involved with. What's Love Got to Do with It? Private Dancer, Proud Mary, all that great stuff. Listen for it today, 2 p.m. Mountain. Keep an eye on the Twitters because I might start a little earlier.
You got you got good covers for Private Dancer?
I do, yes.
All right. Well, I want to hear those.
Keep an eye on the Twitters because I might start a little bit earlier because I have to cook tonight.
Oh, that's right. Pizza Man.
Pizza Man.
Pizza Man. Okay, listen to this real quick. Let's check this out. This is Beyond Thunderdome. Here we go.
4, 3, 2.
For God's sake, what now?
Who run Bartertown?
Damn it, I told you no more embargoes.
More Blaster.
Oh my gosh, dude. I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood for that movie.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm in the mood for Mad Max, period. Like, just, I need some of that in my life. All right. Here's an email from Darren D-Man Steves, who says, hey, $6 Johnson and Bionic Ibbot. It's kind of cheap, isn't it?
It is, right. Wow.
Says, Scott, you were right and wrong at the same time. The Bionic Woman reboot was done a few years ago. Did indeed short circuit after a few episodes. Says it had Katie Starbuck Sackhoff as evil Bionic Woman in it. The original starting the beautiful Lindsay Wagner had lasted several years and actually had Jodie Foster appear in it. Peace out. Yeah, no, I knew I was right about the new one. I was sure that it had been canceled after a while.
I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, I forgot that it was the very brief blip in the radar and you'll miss it reboot with Starbuck.
Yeah, she was evil, I guess. I don't remember who the good one was, the good girl. I remember she had translucent legs. I do remember that.
On the toys or in the show?
No, in the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she had you'd see her. You could see the bionics through
made
her
in
legs.
Finland.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were like Finnish people. Little heartbeat. Let's see. Bebop wrote in, says, indeed, 17 cancers are removed per day. Well, no, not really. I don't know where that number comes from, but so here's some confirmation.
Okay.
Many cells in our body divide to replenish itself. Think skin cells and the inner lining of your gut and blood vessels. There are multiple checkpoints during the cell division to make sure that 1, DNA is copied perfectly, and 2, if it can't, then that cell will undergo programmed cell death. Ugh, that's a grim sentence. This ensures that any mistakes in the DNA are not propagated to more cells. Cancer happens when these checkpoints are bypassed. These cells undergo out-of-control divisions, and you start carelessly copying DNA, accumulating more and more mutations along the way. Our cells are actually pretty good at catching mistakes in the DNA. It is when we overwhelm these checkpoints that the cancer risks go up. Think UV damage from too much sun, cigarette smoke in our lungs, etc. Your resident geneticist, Bebop. Dude, I love having that guy at the ready. That's great.
Yeah, no kidding.
So there you go. There's the more scientific view of what we had said the other day. Robert Ketchup Eyes wrote in. This will make sense when I read it.
It's a great name. Okay.
It is. He says, Scott, just listen to the show where you talked about the child who put a glow stick in the microwave and accidentally blew up in his face. I would not call that guy a child, by the way. I'd call him like 20. But anyway.
He's a moron.
He was a moron.
The Goldbergs.
And your fantastic shirt is ruined or whatever the guy said.
You ruined your awesome shirt.
Your awesome shirt. That's really the best part. There are people online who think that video is faked because of that guy. Because the dad said that.
Oh, really? No, that seemed like a very real dad's response to me.
And it also, the way that thing exploded was totally real.
Yeah,
anyway.
the camera angles. I mean, that's not that's not somebody planning to do a good video that's going to go viral. That's somebody like, I don't know how to do a video, but I'm going to take a video of me microwaving one of these glow sticks.
Yeah, here's a real shock. People on the internet think things are fake all the time.
Of
Big
course they do.
shocker. Anyway, he says this made me think of an experience as a child. About 35 years ago, I was in an airport in a food court with my family. We were having dinner and waiting for my aunt to fly in for a visit. Now, I am the kind of person that picks up and touches everything without thinking about it. And on this occasion, I had a ketchup packet in my hand. I had it folded in half and was rolling it back and forth. I've done this, but it didn't get in my face. About a nanosecond before the obvious conclusion, I hear my father warn, "Hey, Robert, that's going to spray you in your face." Sure enough, an instant later, the package rips open and sprays ketchup straight into my face and eyes. Now, ketchup burns the eyes badly. This is true.
Wow.
This is true. I found this out by rubbing some in it once. It's a long story. And I begin to scream at the top of my lungs. My father immediately scoots me up in his arms, sprints me to a restroom, and washes out my eyes. I can only imagine the sight of him racing with a small screaming child under his arm and what looked like blood oozing out of my eyes. If it happened today, I am sure airport police would have investigated. Feel free to laugh. It all turned out fine, and I have excellent vision. And trust me, my family and I laughed about this one nearly every Thanksgiving. Love the show, though. Now and always, Robert Ketchup Eyes. Nice. Yeah, it's the same deal. Like, when your kids get something in your eyes, it doesn't matter what it is. You freak out at first and yell about their awesome shirt, but then things usually work out just fine. 9 times out of 10.
My awesome shirt.
Let's see. What do we got here? For me, it was the time I had one of those packets of horsey sauce in a Arby's.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I was just squeezing it and goofing with it and messing with it. And it popped and exploded all over everybody at that table. Just
oh, jeez.
Just in their hair, and everybody smelled
now,
like
see,
it.
and that stuff, I imagine, because of the spices in there, probably would hurt when it gets in your eyes too.
Yeah, I would think so. Who knows? I
wish there was still an Arby's near me. I like Arby's.
I used to. I haven't been in ages. There's tons of them around here, but I never go. I don't think they make me. I think I always felt kind of bad when I ate there. Like, you'd walk out just feeling kind of like that wasn't a good thing to eat. Even though it was good, it wasn't good. Let's see. Here's one. Hey, the final one. Hey, Switch and Bait.
Okay.
I was one of those home viewing attendees at this year's BlizzCon, and I thought it was really great. However, I have not seen anyone talk about the subject of my question. How did the cosplayers in Overwatch costumes get their costumes together before the game was announced? Were these Blizzard employees? And if so, wouldn't they be barred from participating in the contest that included cash prizes? Thanks, Scott's. I love Scott's feet, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. No, I know exactly what happened. We were told what happened. They hired professional prop makers and cosplayers to have this stuff ready, but only after the announcement. So you never saw them on the floor or anywhere else until immediately after they announced this thing, or after the opening ceremonies, and then those guys were all over the place. But they were hired for this purpose. They were still.
And I don't think they were allowed to participate in the costume contest. I know they were walking the floor like crazy.
Yeah, I don't think I missed the whole contest, so I don't know who was in it. Maybe they were in it, and I guess if they made their own stuff, maybe they are eligible. I don't know why they wouldn't be. I mean, if all Blizzard did was say, here's some images of the characters we're going to do, make costumes, I don't know how they wouldn't be, why they'd be barred from that. But regardless, that they were hired by Blizzard. They were independent contractors who do this for a living. They cosplay all over the country, and then that's who that was. So there you go. I don't know why you love my feet, though. That freaks me
out. Signed, Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino, in between films, bored, and wants to know about cosplay. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thank you guys for your emails. TheMorningStream@gmail.com is where you send those. That's TheMorningStream@gmail.com. Tomorrow is Thursday. That means Therapy Thursday. It also means TMS PM.
Woo!
There's a rumor that my dye scan thing will happen between those two things, so this should be some fun stories to tell tomorrow night.
You go to the doctor, I'm going to the dentist, so
great.
It'll be fun.
Wonderful.
Great times for everyone.
I hate them all. I really do. Anyway, frogpants.com/TMS is our website. Go check it out, please. If you want to support us on Patreon, please do. There's lots of cool stuff happening over there at patreon.com/TMS. You can follow us on Twitter at Coverville, at Scott Johnson, and at Morning Stream. I think that's going to do it.
Okay.
Brian, anything else? Did I forget anything?
No, that's it. People go to the Tadpole Santa thing, register, get your information in there, and even if you're outside of the U.S., there are people who are doing outside of the U.S. Who are opting in for sending stuff outside the U.S. So
nice.
Do
Do this every year. It gets bigger and bigger. Yeah. It's really
Yeah.
cool. What's the link again? Do you remember? Crap.
tinyurl.com/Tadpool Santa. Let me go up
right.
there. I think that's right.
Yeah, Tadpoles. Oh, Tad Santa 2014.
Tad Santa 2014.
tinyurl.com/Tad Santa 2014. There you go.
All right.
Brian, let's do music. What do you have for me?
I have a request from Jake. Hey, Scratch and Breakbeat.
Ew.
It's been a long year for me after losing my grandfather, starting a new job, moving out of my folks' place, and starting a new creative project. Keep an eye out for a segment sponsorship when it's done.
Ew.
To celebrate, I'm suggesting a song partially because it's my favorite from the 99 Songs album, but also because I want to hear Brian read the full title. Smudge some froyo in your fro, yo. Signed, Jake.
All right.
All right. So the name of the song is They'll Provide the Paint for the Picture Perfect Masterpiece That You Will Paint on the Inside of Your Eyelids. The band is Streetlight Manifesto. Actually, when this came up, I was thinking, I'd be curious to see what the if there's like a list of the longest song titles, right? If there's like
probably
some sort of BuzzFeed list or something. There is, and I found it. And the longest song title is by, I think, a Colorado musician named Christine Lavin, who even does a song like after a breakup, something like, "If you want space, move to Utah." It's a great song title.
That's great.
All right. Her song title is "Regretting What I Said to You When You Called Me 11 o'clock on a Friday morning to tell me that 1 o'clock Friday afternoon you're going to leave your office, go downstairs, hail a cab to go out to the airport to catch a plane to go skiing in the Alps for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Not that I wanted to go with you. I wasn't able to leave town. I'm not a very good skier. I couldn't expect you to pay my way, but after going out with you for 3 years, I don't like surprises."
Wow. Is that real?
That's a real song title.
Good Lord. That is a paragraph. That is bigger than a tweet.
I'm going to find that song and listen to it because I'll bet it's hilarious.
You couldn't even tweet it.
Most of the names are, well, the only name that really seems to get repeated a lot on this list as far as really long song titles is The Flaming Lips.
Oh.
They do so many long song titles.
They're like consistently
My cosmic
long.
autumn rebellion, the inner life is a blazing shield of defiance and optimism, a celestial spear of action.
Oh, good Lord. Speaking of bongs on that late night when they came up with that one, that's crazy.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, lovely.
All right. So let's get back to this one, which is Streetlight Manifesto. I'll say it one more time. They'll provide the paint for the picture perfect masterpiece that you will paint on the inside of your eyelids. It comes from the album 99 Songs for Revolution, and it's really, really, really good.
Well, good.
It came out in 2010, originally done by Bandits of the Acoustic Revolution. And it's going out to Jake.
All right. We'll see you guys for Thursday. Be back here tomorrow morning, everybody. See you then.